The mama joke wasn't playing either.
Oh, no, it wasn't. All right, Minnesota and Denver. Game 1.
Man, this was a heck of a game.
Oh,
yeah.
It started out early.
Yeah, slow start for Denver, and Jaden McDaniels gets ahead of the pack. And then Anthony Edwards only played in 3 of the last 14 games with that right knee, but he knocks that one down.
Give it up.
They got off to a great start.
Up 10 after 1.
But then they were tied at halftime.
Here come my boy
We're showing you what happened in the second quarter. Jamal Murray there.
I mean, get your hand up.
Joker for 3.
Can't be in the paint and at the three-point line at the same time.
Joker only had 6 points in the first half. But game tied at 62.
Oh, got him.
Oh, he loves this matchup, Chuck.
Gobert played all right today.
Yeah, all right ain't good enough, Mr. Ernie Johnson.
Tell you what.
This game was tied at 68 and a 14-0 run for the Nuggets.
Underdog told me these teams were 5 of 35 on threes in the second half. That's ridiculous.
That's not very
good. Go get that.
Ooh, oh, man. Aaron Gordon got in foul trouble, too. They couldn't take advantage of it.
No, got 3 in the first quarter.
Well, what was he doing in the game?
Oh.
Man.
Anthony Edwards had 22. It's a 2-point game. As Ayo Dosunmu scores, and then
good pass.
Jamal Murray
Look at that
with
dude,
a tip by the Joker. Look at this.
Oh, that's good.
Come on, Minnesota. Falling asleep here. Okay, that's not a shot clock violation. And look at Murray to Gordon. Man, you can't do that. 108, 101. So it went from a 5-point game and the possibility of knocking it down more than that to a 7-point game, and it winds up an 11-point win.
If Jamal Murray plays like that,
that
team gonna be tough to beat.
Denver wins at 116 to 105. They had won 12 in a row to end the regular season. They had won 11 straight at home to end the regular season, and both those streaks continue.
Yeah, that was a good game today. I was like, man, they came out really sluggish. Minnesota came out playing well, but we know the Joker's gonna play at the same speed every night. It's all about Jamal Murray. Aaron Gordon, to me, one of the best defensive players in the league. But if Jamal Murray plays well, that team is going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, I mean, they do. When you think about Gordon going out in the first quarter with 3 fouls, and they were, they're down 10, but then they're able to tie things up. I mean, they dodged one today.
Yes, they definitely did dodge one today, but, Chuck makes a great point. When Jamal Murray plays like that, because that's how they played when they won the first championship. Jamal Murray was all over the place. We always, marvel over how great the Joker is, but Jamal Murray needs these games with 30, 20, 25, and, Aaron Gordon needs to chip in. But, they played well today, but I think Denver loves this matchup, especially in the big. I'm going to be paying attention to Joker versus Gobert. Gobert had a good game today, 8 out of 9, but I think the Joker really loves this matchup.
I got a question for Kenny and Shaq.
Okay.
The Joker. Do you double him or let him get 40? Because to me, you have to he can't get 30 and get 12 assists. How would you play him, Shaq or Kenny? I want y'all's opinion.
I would let him get his, but you can't let him and Jamal get off. Because think about it, we're talking about the Joker, but Jamal Murray was the leading scorer today. You can't let him get 30. I got to keep him to under 20, which is very, very difficult. But I'm focusing on I'm saying, to my guards, hey.
See, Underdog just said he had 30 and was 0 for 8 from 3.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, Murray.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for me, when I watch the Joker, I would, as crazy as this may sound, I wouldn't double him in the post, but I would double him on the perimeter.
That's even worse.
I think on the perimeter, when he get rid of the ball early, so he doesn't get downhill and he doesn't find people. On the block, he's pretty super efficient at passing out of double teams. I want him to get rid of the ball earlier to have Murray, Gordon, Johnson, and everyone and Braun making plays. Brown making plays instead of him initiating the play. I think when he initiates it, so when he starts bringing it across half court, I would send one of my guards at him, and he'd have to get rid of it.
He only took 4 shots in the first half of the game, finished with 19.
And they were losing, and that's why the game was close.
And you know what else I would love to see? I would love to see Ant-Man saying, I'm putting the end to this thing right now. Coach, I don't care what you say. I'm guarding Jamal Murray. We always he is so talented. He's a hell of a player. And we'd always try to compare him to Michael Jordan. I know enough, and Ken and Shaq know enough. Michael Jordan would say, I got this guy. He ain't getting 30 anymore this series. Like, I would love to see Ant-Man, who's one of the best players out there, take the defensive stance, says, I'm shutting down Jamal Murray. I would love to see him do that.
It's interesting with you talking about Minnesota because since the Karl Anthony Towns trade, I felt that they've invested in, instead of the team overall getting better, maybe the players getting better. So saying, no, Ant's going to take another jump, McDaniels is going to take another jump, and Randall can take a jump. Instead of saying bringing in more players. And everyone else around the league have, like, added a piece. And it seemed like they've stayed in that same position, and they haven't superseded or jumped since.
Well, they've been in the conference finals the last 2 years.
Yeah. But I'm saying in terms of, like, just that jump. They're coming from a 6th seed.
To me, for me, it's got to be Anthony taking Jamal Murray. And then Rudy's got to accept the challenge. Because, like, yo, man, you don't want a defensive player all these years in a row. You can't be getting your ass roasted against the Joker every night. You got to shut him down. You have to take.
You don't think he played well today against the Joker?
I thought.
He had his moments. He had 17 and 10, and he was a factor.
He was a factor, but I'm talking about from a defensive standpoint. If you're one of the greatest defensive players ever, which they say he is, you have to take that personal challenge and say, I'm taking this dude. We're not doubling. That's just my personal opinion.
Hey, the other thing about Jamal Murray's day, talked about him going 0 for 8 from 3, 16 out of 16 from the free throw line en route to those 30 points, also had 7. This series looks a little bit different, doesn't it, Chuck?
Well, tonight's a must-win for the Lakers. I mean, I thought going in, before KD got hurt, I thought I was going to say the Rockets. This is just a big game for the Rockets. To go out there and punch them in the face, let them know they can't win this series. Now with KD out, you got a chance now, like, this is a must-win for the Lakers. It just switched the pendulum.
But it certainly doesn't, from what Lisa had to say, there's been no indication that, oh, yeah, somebody's closer, he's closer. It might, this is not the right time of the year for the Lakers to have those 2 injuries, Shaq.
Yeah, but I have to agree with Chuck. This is a must-win for the Lakers. Rockets #1 guy down. Question is, who's going to be that guy for the Lakers? We all expect LeBron to do it, but we can't forget he's 40, 41 years old. So who's going to be the second guy to step up and say, you know what, I'm going to be AR, I'm going to be Luka for the night. Lakers have to win this game tonight because without KD, the matchup is pretty even. But like the great Hall of Famer Charles Barkley said, Lakers got to win this game tonight or else.
Or else.
What's the series hinge on? Besides health, Kenny, what does this series hinge on the floor?
Sustainability. Like, you can at times, fill the hole. They say next man up. And okay, well, to have this guy help us in the scoring load. But then, Luka rebounds as well. Austin rebounds. Okay, well, we get a guy to help us there. Okay, but now you get steals. So there's a lot of holes to people to be the next man up in. And can you sustain that over a 4 to 7 game series? That's really difficult for the Lakers. And, for tonight, someone could step in and say, okay, KD's going to be there Tuesday. I got to take over the scoring load, help. And that, you could get away with that. You can't do it if he's out for the season or for the series the way these guys are saying out indefinitely.
And one good thing, if the Rockets can win the game tonight, I'm not playing KD Tuesday. So this is kind of a must win for both teams. Because I'm like, okay, because they get to home court and KD get pretty much close to a week, he'll be close to 100% but this is a must-win for the Lakers tonight.
Dovetailing on what you said about Luka, too. Look, the Lakers live at the free throw line, 27 attempts per game, but 10 of those come from Luka Doncic. Yeah. So that's a huge part of what they're doing. Also, the matter of rebounding. And nobody does it better than the Houston Rockets, and nobody knows that better than LeBron.
What is that message to your teammates about the needed physicality for a postseason game against a team that's known to be physical like it?
I have a message. The best rebounding team in the last 25 years. What do you mean?
Just like when it comes to...
You don't need to have a message. It's like going against the Mahomes team, and they're the best passing team in the last 30 years. The message don't need, hey, we don't need to let the receivers get off the line. We need to jam. Like, what's the message? The message is get your ass in there, box out and rebound. You have a message. We all grown men. Do your job.
Grown men, do your job.
Yeah, it's easier said than done against the Twin and the Turkish Terminator. But again, who's going to be that guy for the Lakers to step up in any category? Scoring, rebounding, steals, getting to the free throw line. I'm scared for the Lakers, but they definitely have to win this game tonight. Houston still has, a few weapons, that they can get it done as long as they move the ball. If they just try to come down and just post up the Turkish Terminator on that, then it'll probably be a close game.
Yeah, and I agree with Shaq there, because this is more awkward for the Lakers than it is for, obviously, even though KD's out, because Şengün has been a #1 option. They know how to play through him. And so that is not going to be an uncharacteristic vibe. But for LeBron to carry a series and be the #1 option, that is not what he's been the last year and a half. He's not been the guy that you say, we're carrying everything for the whole series. So this is a little bit unusual. It's going to be interesting to see. I want to see if it is, LeBron James who comes out and tries to get 20 in the first half type person. Or is he going to say, I'm going to be the one who's going to get everyone involved and maybe get somebody to help ride with me? So it's really interesting that first quarter of how he plays.
Ernie, even without KD, the Rockets got better players. They got better players, in my opinion. If I'm LeBron, I'm going to come out and be an assist guy.
Ooh.
Because I don't
What if
think
they're missing?
Well, I don't think at his age he can sustain it for 4 quarters.
Okay.
So if I got to pick out, if I had to decide whether to get off to a good start or say something down the stretch, because the role players are going to play better at home. So I'm going to try to get the guys playing at home and try to save myself for the 4th quarter. Because at 41 years of age, I don't think he can play the entire game and have anything left down the stretch.
We do have that graphic. Can you throw that up there about LeBron over the last 5 games with Reeves and Doncic both out, Jeremy? Because with that, it tells you that obviously in need of somebody to take over down the stretch these last 5 games of the year, LeBron James answered the call.
Yeah, but you can also put on this stat that some of these teams were tanking as well. So,
but I'm just talking about from a common sense standpoint. This guy's 41 years old. He's obviously amazing. To think he can go